Hey class, and happy Monday. This video is for anyone who missed the Zooms today and needs to catch up on their work. So just look over here on the side, just some later on down the road reminders that we have Lunch Bunch this Thursday. And that will more than likely be the last Thursday that we're going to do it. And we'll talk more about that of where Lunch Bunch is going to change the day that they're doing it. And then also we will not have Zooms next Monday. It's a remote learning day. So you will just have work like you usually do on a Wednesday. All right, next up, I hope you had a great weekend, and let's get to your vocational question of the day. So checking out and exploring different jobs that you could potentially have after graduation. Are you interested in working at a mall? Yes or no? And make sure that you give me a big, beautiful, complete sentence. And here are some, here's a starter for you. Okay, pause this so you can get this done because I'm going to keep moving on. Remember, you need to watch CNN 10 and do your daily journal. I also have a link here for a CNN hero. There are 2 CNN heroes right now that you can be watching the videos. One is a lady that works with seals, and it's a really cool video, so you can check that out. The other one is super important about a man that's doing some awesome stuff down in Africa, I believe. But just a little disclaimer that after having a discussion with another student, that the first 30 seconds of the video can be a little sad because they're talking about a war that's going on in Africa. So if those kinds of scenes make you uncomfortable, you might want to skip forward. But the message is really cool. So if you are interested in checking out the CNN heroes, you can check those out. But make sure you watch your news for the day and you do your daily journal. Or if you don't watch CNN 10, you just do your daily question journal. Okay. All right, moving on. For reading, we're doing chapter 2, but I have a separate video of me reading chapter 2. So make sure that you check that out, and we're going to read the one and only Ivan together today. And Epic, you have an assigned book about chefs. So going along with our career exploration, there's some really cool books on Epic. So check out this book about chefs, and then feel free to explore other books about different jobs. Go ahead and search in there and see what you can find. All right, last up, we're going to be working on this worksheet for math. So you might want to pause and get this worksheet out before I switch my screen up and we talk about it. Okay. All righty. Okay, so we're going to do this bar graph, and we're going to use a poll that we did during our Zoom class. So we're going to do it together, kind of. Yeah, we're going to do it together. And then remember, when you're done with that, to do your iExcel. All right, so we're going to switch over to, hold on, I got to stop and get this guy. All right, here is our graph. Now remember, graphs give us information, and they're a way for us to organize that information. So one way that we collect information is we poll or we survey, and we've done that in math class before. So today during our Zoom, we polled. So unfortunately, we're not going to use your number. We're going to use the numbers I'm about to give you just so you can follow along and we can answer these questions together. So you're going to need 2 different colors, because one way that we organize information in a bar graph is we do our bars in different colors, and it helps us read. So for cell phone, well, first, I'm sorry, the question, what is this graph even about? This graph is asking, which form of technology do you use the most? Which form of technology do you use the most? And we have 3 choices. We have cell phone, computer, and tablet or iPad. And it's asking which one we use the most. So after polling your classmates, okay, after polling your classmates, we found that 4 people said cell phones. So we're going to color in our graph all the way to the 4 to show that data that 4 people said cell phones. And my coloring is not good on here, but I'm going to try my hardest. So make sure you're filling in your graph with me. Ugh. You don't have to pick pink, just make sure that you have a color because we don't want to use the same color for the next 2. Okay. So 4. All right. 0 people said computer. So we don't need to do anything. But let's remember that number. 0 people said computer. And 2 people said tablet or iPad. So I'm going to fill that in to 2. And I chose a different color because that's going to help me read my graph, read my data a little bit easier. Ooh. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Here's my graph. Let me erase my little side. Ah! Oh, no. Okay. Hopefully you're still coloring too. Let me put mine back in. I was trying to erase that one that got out of the lines. All right. So make sure your graph looks like my graph. Pause this video if you need to finish because I'm going to move on to the questions and help read them so you can answer the questions at home. Okay? All right, now watch. If I scroll, my stuff is scrolling with it. So I'm going to clear my graph, okay? So make sure you pause and you have 4, 0, and 2 before we move on to the questions. All right, let's look at these questions. Let me clear so they're not in the way. Okay, so our questions for today are, we're looking at which one was the most, which one was the least, if any were the same, and then you can tell me your favorite, especially because you weren't able to participate in the poll if you missed the class today. So telling me your favorite. So let's look at our graph, and I'm going to try and give you some wait time so you can talk it out with whoever you're sitting next to. But which one had the most? Okay, so we're looking at cell phones, computers, or tablets. Which one had the most votes, the biggest number? What do you think? The cell phone. Remember, the cell phone had 4. Great job if you already circled cell phone. The cell phone had 4, and that was the most. So if we know that cell phone had the most, which one had the least between the computer or the tablet? Remember, the tablet had 2, but how much did the computer have? 0. We cannot forget 0 is a number. So which one is least? Which one is the smaller number between 0 and 2? 0, which means the computer had the least because it didn't have any. Great job. Were any of the numbers the same? We had 4, 2, and 0. Are any of those the same? Nope. Great job. What was the highest number on our graph today? Might have to look back on your graph. I can't scroll back just because my screen is kind of frozen on this page while I'm writing on it. But looking at your graph, which one was what is the highest number that we graphed? Yeah, 4 for the cell phones. Great job. And then make sure at the bottom that you circle your favorite. Which was your favorite? If you could choose, what would you have picked? Would you have done cell phone, computer, or tablet? Great job. All right, that's it for today. Make sure that you go back and you watch the chapter 2 reading because that's a whole separate video, and get your independent work done. And I hope you have a great Monday. All righty, take care.